Okay, welcome back to another live, right? So, as usual, quick audio video check before I do start. Yes, so everything looks good on my end, and yes, welcome back to another live. And yes, for those of you who are new here, uh, what we exactly do is we analyze the market, right? We try and analyze the market on what exactly has happened before in, like, let's say for the past expiry, and what exactly happened today and what could happen in the coming days as well, right? So we try and analyze the market, we try and predict the market based on chart reading, based on OI data. We look at the option chain and much more, right? So that is exactly what we do, and I have a small thing in the option chain which will give you a better idea in terms of build up and trend, right? So make sure you stick around for when I reach the option chain, as I will show you what exactly has been put up as well. So yes, quickly coming for those of you who have been watching, thank you so much for joining in today as well. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video so that we bring in more such content, right? So yes, today going into Nifty charts right away, right? So Bank Nifty and Nifty moving in not similar ways, at least. It's still not 100% the same way, right? Bank, at least Nifty, slowly, slightly looking a little more bearish. 18,700. So this is a particular level we have marked, right? So we have marked this level before, and today's day where it has taken resistance from this particular level so many times might have saved you, right? Based on let's say your stop loss or anything that like that. If you had put it 10, 15 points below 18,700, it would not have reached that level, right? So that is one good way of us seeing. And again, so this is completely based on OI as well as chart rating, where we have marked this level. And today it was a very good level, and it did not break it, right? Towards the end, we ended towards it, and the way it is looking Monday, we shall see, right? So again, we usually do not try and predict for Monday because there is 2 complete hours, right? 48 hours left for anything to happen in those 48 hours, which could directly or indirectly affect the market, right? So, but yes, from at least today, what we see is we see a more bearish view to it, right? So we saw a gap down opening in Bank Nifty. When we come to it, we shall see what do you call, how the gap down was covered as well, but then Nifty, there was no sign of covering it, right? So today is at least day very sideways market. Nifty, Bank Nifty, other than trend line breaks, I'm not sure if a lot of you would have caught a lot of trades, and it would have been a little frustrating as a lot of candles had very long wicks, right? So what that says is basically almost every candle with these long wicks were a fight between the bears and the bulls, or the calls and the puts, where it wasn't a direct decision or a very trend way market where everyone was in a certain side, but a more sideways where it was a continuous fight, right? So I particular, other than that, the trend line break that I saw there, I haven't seen a very good trade for today at least, and it must have been frustrating for a lot of you. But if you have got any trade, make sure you put it in the comments below, right? So that is the level 18,700 I'm looking at should be broken in terms of how many times it has taken supply from that level. Should run out, should be broken down, is what I'm expecting if we continue in this bearish trend, right? So that is one particular thing. Coming to the Nifty analysis, right? So Nifty analysis, let's just directly come to OI, and we'll see a huge increase in the call side, right? So as we see 18,700, we see 61 lakh increase, 34 lakh 18,750, and 34 lakh 18,800, right? So the huge increase in this call side basically suggests that we are a little more bearish, right? And not only that, but at 18,800, we see put OI also decrease a lot, right? So almost double OI on the call side than on the put side is what we have seen today, and also we have seen reduce in the put side as well, right? So that gives confirmation of a little more bearishness, right? PCR again 0.8 below, going below 1 again, almost sideways to bearish is what we are seeing. And if you look at the overall 29th June, that is the whole next week's June's expiry, right? We see a huge 18,800, where almost 1.48 crore level is there, right? So that is a very huge sign that this will be a very big resistance zone, at least to break out of, and we are seeing a little more bearish trend towards the market, right? So yes, okay, coming to option chain, yes, the small thing that we have added is because we had a lot of discussion on our Telegram community as well. So make sure you guys join our Telegram community, where there are a lot of traders, and we have a lot of fun discussion as well, right? So it is for features, updates, and all that as well, where we release, and if any new feature comes out, Telegram is the first to know. So that is one thing. But then we have a group of amazing traders as well, where good discussions take place as well, right? So this isn't fighting or anything like that, more of, okay, how sensible, how like these discussions are very sensible in terms of trading, right? And specifically options trading. So yes, make sure you join the Telegram group as well. And yes, there we did have a discussion regarding the build up and the trend. So yes, we have a small question mark, on click of which you would get more information regarding build up and trend, right? So you would get complete information on how it is actually done, and how you would be viewing the market, right? So it is basic. So it is the basics of build up, where the direct understanding of that onto a specific strike in the option chain, right? So that is something we have done. Make sure you read it. Make sure you read it a little more thoroughly, because it is a hard concept to comprehend as well, right? So build up for options, at least. So it is, build up is usually a more simpler thing when you're directly looking at price and OI of the complete stock or the complete index as a whole. But if you're looking at it in terms of a specific strike, where now you have the call side and the put side, and now you're putting build up data on that, it is a little more interesting concept, right? So make sure you read it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and try and understand it, right? So it is a very fun thing. But yes, quickly coming into Bank Nifty, at least what we've been seeing is the 44,000 to 43,500 range, right? Both ranges are not being broken. So we have a specific level here. This is a range, so you'll have to watch our previous analysis to know how we have exactly drawn this. But this is the range where Bank Nifty should act as a very good support for it, right? So only breaking down from this level, I like my entire view on Bank Nifty will change on a more bearish side, right? So I was still a little more, at least bullish to sideways on Bank Nifty, but again, Nifty not having that momentum to push through the all-time highs and go much higher, we are seeing a little more consolidation happening, right? So again, today Bank Nifty, I do not see any trades, right? So we had a gap down. The gap down was completely filled, and again, right, so these long wicks was what was concerning me, where again, there are it wasn't very sure on which side it could move, right? At least what do you call, Nifty for the day at least had a very good direction, but Bank Nifty was much more sideways, right? So it was a good fight between both the sides, and again, right, so I do not see any good trade. At least if you guys have taken any good trade, make sure you put it in the comments, right? So that is one specific thing. And yeah, it would have been again a very frustrating day, if I'm not wrong. If you have made good money, at least in the beginning it was a good movement, there was strong movements, but then after, I think this is again, yeah, right after 10, it started going almost very sideways, right? So the gap down was covered in Bank Nifty. That is the difference we saw. And again, right, quickly coming into the analysis, I think we should see a more mixed signal, right? There's no 100% short direction here. So almost 1.39 to 1.1 crore, right? So not a huge change where we're seeing a bearish trend, but then a little more sideways movement in Bank Nifty. And again, so 43,500 and 44,000 other two levels, right? So we see a small increase in the 43,800 level where a little more call has increased, and we see a sell off at 44,000 level on the put side as well, right? So those are two levels to look at, and we see a huge increase in 43,500 level. So I'm assuming for it to stay fight a little more on this levels itself, where we could end up in this range itself, right? The same way how we had 44,000 and 44,500 range where Bank Nifty played around for a long time. It's a similar thing now between 43,500 and 44,000, where I see 43,500 to be a much more strong support, right? 44,000 is what I'm assuming can be a little more easily broken. But yes, so that is the analysis for today. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll catch you back on Monday, and yes, we shall see how the market goes, right? So thank you so much, and hope you guys have a great weekend.